I will show you 5 very simple, inexpensive chicken dinners that literally take half an hour to prepare. Hello everyone, I'm Vika Vinogradova. This is Vika's channel, Recipes for Lazy People. We roast the chicken over medium heat so that it browns on the sides. You can take fillets, you can take thighs, you can, like me, take drumsticks. We pour in the cream, you can take 10 or 20% fat. We give a couple of good cloves of garlic to the plums. We add a tablespoon of dill suneli, half a teaspoon of ground coriander, and half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. We salted it, mixed it, and the sauce is ready. As soon as the chicken is browned on both sides, we pour out the sauce. We salt the chicken separately and stew it over low heat under a lid for 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the size of the pieces. In the end, we get such a very simple, maximally simplified version of the popular Georgian dish Chkmeruli. By the way, it can be cooked not only on a stove but also in an oven. Then you definitely first send only the chicken to the oven. For example, turn on the convection mode. If available, it will then quickly brown on both sides. Then we pour this gravy sauce with spices into the baking dish and finish cooking until it's ready. It turns out very tender. And if you, for example, don't like Georgian spices, you can do this in a more French European style. For this, we also leave the leftovers garlic, but instead of the heavy coriander, for example, you can add just a tiny bit, literally a pinch of small nutmeg, and any French Provençal herbs. The sliced chicken fillet will be very tasty when cooked in the skillet. 600 grams. While it's frying, we cut 1 sweet pepper. And we prepare the sauce. We pour 8 tablespoons of soy sauce, a couple of spoons of water, add a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon. I took cornstarch, stirred it so that the sugar and starch dissolved more or less evenly and there were no lumps. And we add spices to taste. I took dried garlic, ground ginger, and red hot pepper. Once the chicken browns, add pepper and fry for 2-3 minutes. Then we pour in the soy sauce and stew for literally 3 minutes so that the chicken and pepper are infused with the sauce. We lay out pieces of chicken fillet on a heated frying pan. We fry them a little, literally for 1 to 2 minutes. And we add pieces of chopped pumpkin. Use equal parts chicken and pumpkin. While they are frying, we make the sour cream filling. Add a few spoons of sour cream, spices to taste, for example, dried garlic, basil, turmeric, and black ground pepper. Stir it. Add a little water, about half the volume of the sour cream. That is, let's say we took 4 tablespoons of sour cream and added 2 tablespoons of water to them. As soon as the chicken and squash are browned, we salt them. Pepper them, fill them with sour cream sauce, reduce the heat and stew under the lid for 20 minutes. It turns out very good, a successful combination of squash and chicken. The squash gives a light, sweet taste. It combines beautifully with the chicken, and all of this is also simmered in cream. It turns out very tasty. Bon appetit! Boil the water and cook literally for 1 minute, after which we immediately transfer to cold water to be continued 152. Then we lay out the chicken fillet to fry. And another ingredient is mushrooms. We will need 20 grams, just finely chop them. While the chicken is cooking, break the broccoli into florets. And as soon as our meat has browned, we lay out the mushrooms, fry them for literally 2-3 minutes, so that the moisture from the mushrooms is gone. Then we add the broccoli, salt it, pepper it, sprinkle it with dried garlic. You can squeeze out fresh. We pour in the cream and add 50 to 100 grams of grated cheese. As soon as the cream thickens and the cheese melts, you can remove it from the heat. It's best to use a richer cream, around 20%, but 10% can also work. In fact, you can replace it with milk altogether. The taste will be a bit simpler, but it's still wonderful and a kind of economy on its own. If you don't like broccoli, you can replace it with cauliflower, or you can exclude it altogether. That is, just combining chicken, mushrooms, cream, and a bit of cheese. It will already be wonderful on its own. Lay out the chicken fillet on a cutting board. While it's frying, we finely chop the onion. We cut a couple of small carrots into circles. We add the onion and carrots to the chicken and let them fry for 3 to 4 minutes. Meanwhile, we cut the bell pepper into small pieces. We add it to the pan and let it fry for a couple of more minutes. At this time, we prepare the sour cream filling. We mix 3 spoons of sour cream, a couple of spoons of tomato paste, black ground pepper, and about 4 spoons of water. Overall, focus on the freshness and volume of the vegetables. If the sauce doesn't cover them, add more water. Season and simmer covered on low for 20 minutes. Here are the recipes we got. Hope you like them. That's all from me. Have a good mood.